AskReddit bisocial unsocial. Men who keep secrets from your partner. What kind of secrets and how lethal are these? I clogged the toilet in Hawaii. In Hawaii somehow made this way funnier. That my girlfriend chews her food noisily. She used to have an eating disorder, and so I refuse to ever let her know so she can keep on eating tasty food with me without overthinking it. My wife does this. The way she chomps on chips makes me want to throw myself out a window, but I can't say anything because she had an eating disorder. I just have to leave the room. I don't give a shit about 90% of the TV series we like to watch together. I go along with it because I like her getting into the shows and talking to me about it and having a distraction from the daily stresses. Same here bro. We watch Vanderpump Rules. Do I like it? No, it's fucking absurd and I can't imagine how people live their lives like that or how others enjoy living vicariously through them. But I like sharing things with my wife. She's not going to watch football and hockey and get into them, so I make my sacrifices and do those on my own time. That said, we do have shows we both love. Fantasy stuff, 90s zeros comedies, the list is endless beyond that. But I don't think it's a bad thing to try to share experiences even when you're not 100% on the same page. When she tells me I can find something else to watch on TV, I tell her I'm not even paying attention, but secretly I'm very invested in whatever terrible show she's watching. I'm like this with those Korean dramas. I'll just be walking by, ask her what she's watching, who that person is, etc. I'll walk by a few hours later and ask and then learn what's happened, which turns into a 30-minute recap and not a 2-minute grab snacks and go back to gaming break and then bam, I'm sitting next to her watching. It happens every single time. I swear she does it on purpose sometimes and I'm powerless to stop myself. My wife misplaces things. I'm extremely organized. So if she asks me to help her find things, I pretend to look for a minute with her. If I just tell where the item is, she gets very frustrated because I almost always know where things are. Also, I bought a dozen fingernail clippers and sprinkle them where she can easily find them. I've never told her. I can say she appreciates it more than you know. My husband did this recently with chapstick. They're everywhere in the house, so when I can't find one, he pulls out another. I found 5 the other day all clumped together. I assume he found them somewhere, so they're now back in rotation lol. Deleted. Fully expected a secret vasectomy. I love hot, spicy food. She had almost no tolerance for chili and had a shamefully bland diet. Over a period of several months, I cooked regularly and starting with a teeny tiny bit of chili, I slowly increased the amount in our food. One day, in a Thai restaurant, she was so thoroughly enjoying a dish and offered me a bite. It was so hot it blew my head off. Was literally a victim of my own success. She knows. Nice try, honey. I'll see you at home. I hate the way she loads utensils in the dishwasher. I'll bring it up in her eulogy or die with this secret. You should know that everyone has their own way of loading a dishwasher, and everyone is of the opinion that everyone else's way of loading it is wrong. I am pretty sure she hates the way you load it, too. D. My wife doesn't know that I record her when she cooks. She loves to cook. She does a little dance and hums to herself. She is beautiful. Sometimes, when she is having a bad day, I pretend to feel ill and ask for her to make me pumpkin soup and she lights up. She'll whip up some soup and her mood improves. I've saved the videos and I hope to watch them together when we are old. I have something similar that I do. I made my fiancé a secret email address and will send emails to it talking about times he's made me smile or things that we do together or milestones we reach. I have the address and password written for him in my will so he can reach the emails should I die early, but it's also so we have something to read through together when we are old. I watch TV shows we both like without her because she likes to talk through them. Then I watch them with her later and act like I have no idea what's going on. Stealing this idea. The only secret I ever kept from my wife was, she was 9 months pregnant in a difficult pregnancy and hormonal as fuck. I had some people over on Boxing Day. My friend spent the night and while he was leaving the next time he ran over our cat. He texted me what happened, so before she got up I went outside and dealt with the cat and never told her anything. The cat was male and would disappear for a while at a time, so she never thought anything of it and after a while just assumed it had ran off. It wasn't till years later my friend said something and the truth came out. She was in a way better headspace to deal with it at that time. You did the right thing. One that sticks out in my mind was that I was laid off when my wife was pregnant and bedridden with our second child. I went to work as normal for a week or so until I had some other work lined up, then told her. She was upset, but not nearly as upset as she would have been. I was very worried about a miscarriage. I'm lucky I have a very good reputation in my industry, even though my company was dumping salary to prep for a sale. My son was born healthy and without any complications, fortunately. This is awesome and definitely the right lie to pull off. You were more concerned about your wife and son than you were about getting laid off. I wish you a very well life and marriage, my guy. The mouse traps she set out didn't kill the mice. They were tortured all night and I had to kill them in the morning with a shovel. She has a very tender heart and never needs to know that. I'll steer her towards other solutions if we ever have mice again. I've had success with no-kill traps that are like a tube with a trapdoor. You have to take the mouse for a long drive before you let them out, or they'll find their way back, but I think it's worth it. I personally don't really care about whether they die or not, but I absolutely don't want to touch one that's been cut in half by a wire trap or stuck to a glue trap. Gross. We have a date on Saturday that involves a lot of walking. I hurt my back working out this morning. She will not know until I collapse on the floor during this date. Walking is the best thing for your back. I suggest you start now with short walks. It will loosen up. If you don't move at all until then, it's going to be very bad. She thinks that I'm 6 feet 7 inches tall, but I'm actually 3 kids wearing a trench coat. Vincent Adultman? I used to hide money from my out of touch with reality wife, since we spent years going deeper into debt. By doing that not only I dealt with our debt but saved enough to a down payment to our house. I'm not proud of that. And we solved those issues. AMD, she a whole different person today. And we have a house. This was my wife too, and I'm a very frugal person. Kiddo mentions they might want to play soccer when it comes around and all of a sudden she drops $300 on soccer gear for a pee-wee league that didn't start for 7 months. Amazon packages at the door every single day. Ordering out when it was her turn to cook, sending her best friend hundreds of dollars every 2 weeks because her friend makes terrible life choices. We were never in any serious debt, both make great money, but that money would serve better in savings. We had a good long talk when I laid it out on a spreadsheet for a 2-month period, and she's doing much better now. My dad has cancer and he asked me to not tell my wife. It's eating me alive. Why would he not want your wife to know? That's a bit odd. When my uncle had cancer he tried to keep his own kids from knowing, so they wouldn't freak out, but I doubt he cared if his in-laws knew. A few guitars would never hurt anyone. My worst nightmare is when I die. That my wife is gonna sell my guitars for the price I told her I paid for it. Man, Reddit, it's so tame. I thought this thread would be about abrupt chaos, infidelity, gangbangs, and instead it's like when my wife goes to bed I might stay up and eat the last biscuit. Yeah, I was prepared for some haunting shit. But some of it genuinely made me giggle, so still worth it. I guess it's not technically a secret I'm currently keeping because she left me, But my ex never had a lot of close friends or family, so I kinda brought her into my friends and family, and on holidays and birthdays I'd make sure to tell all of them to wish her happy holidays birthday, but to make it seem like they just knew and thought of her, not that I told them. Back in the day before smartphones, you needed to hang up a call on a cell phone with a physical button. Sometimes people didn't press it all the way and the line stayed connected. Once, after talking to a friend, they didn't hang up the phone and I got to listen to a group of mutual friends just relentlessly shit talk my then girlfriend. I never told anyone, not them, but I definitely never told my girlfriend. She was bipolar and clinically depressed and had bad histories with that affecting friendships negatively. If she knew what they said about her, she would have been destroyed. Eventually, when we broke up, she distanced herself from those people naturally. I never told her they didn't like her. Deleted. Hey man, hope everything gets better for you. You have no idea how close people supporting you can help with that. Having to hide it from someone that should be your closest person just makes it worse, emo. How much Warhammer minis actually cost? I only play 3 factions: Chaos, Imperium and Xenos. I've been helping her win races in Mario Kart for a couple of years now. Keeping other racers off her tail and trying make sure we finish comps on equal points is a pretty fun challenge. She snores like a pack of horny, angry bears have some sort of MMA orgy on the back of a semi-truck that is trying to downshift too soon. I tease her about that, of course, because I love her. The part I don't tell her is that shit is my white noise at night. When she is gone for some reason and I have to sleep alone, I just can't as well. This melts my heart. My ex-husband hated my snoring so much that he slept on the living room floor. My husband now said the same as you one day after teasing me about the snoring. He said he wouldn't have it any other way. I cried like a baby.